This is NewHampshireCrossCountry.com, powered by Runner's Alley, coming at you from the Bobcat Invitational at Tibbetts Field in Madbury. Today's Meet Hub sponsored by Link Orthodontics. This is Tim Cox here with Peter Adesano, and we're about to see the girls' varsity race. This girls' varsity race has 8 schools in it that qualify for last year's Meet of Champions, and 3 schools that are ranked in the top 6. Souhegan number 2, Conval number 4, and Oyster River number 6. I'm expecting a pretty good team battle today.
Yeah, indeed. We got 600 total varsity athletes here today, 26 schools attending. It's going to be a great race.
Yeah, and you also got to include reigning D3 champ Campbell and an up-and-comer Hopkinton D3 powerhouse. And you never know that wild card of Phillips Exeter Academy, how they're going to factor in with all this. What about individuals?
Well, we got Conval runners Schuler, Mihalik, and Claire Viverka. Belmont's Alice Riley, a strong race last week. She placed 6th here last year, 1 spot behind Lauren Robinson, also one of our runners to watch today from Milford. She's a top runner there. From Souhegan, we got Ariel Zlotnick and Marissa Romano. And interestingly enough, freshman Sophia Reynolds, she broke 20 here last week, 2 weeks ago, on this course, on the Rust Buster meet.
Yeah, freshmen kind of always make an impact at these kinds of meets, especially in the early going. Don't forget PCA's Liza Corso, Hopkinson's Kaylee Stockwell and Emma Roth, Campbell's Cassie Hemming, Hanover's Layla Trammell, Sanborn Avery Scully. She's got off to a great start this season. Monadnock's Delaney Swanson, and then Oyster River, host team Oyster River is led by Olivia Lank, Lily Duty, and Maddie Hopler.
Good job.
So we'll just press pause for a second here, and then we'll get going for the race. So we're moments away from the start of the Oyster River Bobcat Invitational. And I'm gonna have to say, Conval has been really impressive at the beginning of the season.
Oh, definitely.
They have a top 3 or 4 that it can run with anybody. And you obviously can't count out Souhegan.
No, definitely not. That was going to be one of my picks for at least the top 3 in this race.
Definitely.
They're
defending champions. And then the host team, Oyster River, they've always had a very strong pack. Coach Fergus Cullen has them running it as a team like you wouldn't believe. And here come the Muskets. And there's the start of the race, just like Bobcat.
Field slowly coming into view here. Looks like Souhegan might have a little bit of an edge.
Yeah, Zlotnick with the early lead, just trying to get out. Lauren Robinson from Milford, she's going to factor in. Souhegan's out really, really well. So is Oyster River.
So we see our leaders coming over the hill now. Sophia Reynolds, the freshman, right next to Souhegan. You can see the 2 of them coming to an early start with Milford behind it. That's Lauren Robinson and a good pack.
Good job, Oyster River! Good job, Oyster River!
A lot of excitement here at Bobcat.
Go Oyster River! Go Oyster River!
Again, last year's winning time, 18:28. I believe that was Ariel Zlotnick from Souhegan up front with Sophie Reynolds.
All right, so coming around, this is NewHampshireCrossCountry.com, powered by Runner's Alley, coming at you from the Bobcat Invitational. Early leaders, Sophia Reynolds from Merrimack Valley, Lauren Robinson from Milford, and Souhegan's Ariel Zlotnick. We're at the first hay bale jump.
Most exciting part of the race right here.
Second pack led by Avery Scully and Liza Corso.
Here they come over the top.
They all go over it cleanly. They chose the smaller ones. We got Alice Riley, Layla Trammell, all the players, Emma York, Trudell from Hurley from Conval, Trudell from Souhegan, and we got a little bit of carnage. Campbell, Milford. Only lead would have to be Souhegan right now as a team. Oyster River's in a pack. They're going to have to move up. But we are barely into this race. We're only 3 minutes and 40 seconds into this race. So we'll see what happens over the course. Over the course of the course. Man, I got to warm up here. But 26 schools represented today, all from D1, D2, another digger.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, lost her shoe. This is not a good situation.
It's always the trickiest part of the course.
Yes.
And it looks like the left hay bale is taking a beating.
Yes.
right, we can see them coming. Ariel Zlotnick in second behind Sophia Reynolds, and then
Lauren Robinson from Milford
is in third. So time right now is 4:30 as we see the second pack coming through.
Avery Scully of Sanborn, Layla Trammell from Hanover, Claire Viverka of Conval. There's Conval's pack of 3.
Yeah, we saw the Conval 3 right there. Oh, a little bit of a spill by Oyster River on that
Duty,
bridge.
Oyster River.
So far, team-wise, Souhegan's looking okay. Conval's looking pretty good. Do expect good things from those teams as well as Oyster River. Hopefully that spill won't hurt them too much.
Hey, come on now, I want to cut it. All 3 of you working together. You get people.
You see it's still pretty packed coming across this bridge. These trails aren't much wider than what we see here. Really, best strategy at this meet is use that field, a little bit wider areas to get around people, and then hopefully get yourself in a good spot for the woods. This is their first woods loop, and we'll see them coming out of it. We can see In the Woods did some favors to Sophia Reynolds, running as a freshman for Merrimack Valley. Saw her have a ton of success last year in the middle school scene of things. Again, we have our 2-3 Souhegan Milford, Zlotnick and Robinson, and our 3 Conval girls have moved up. They're looking for a good pack time with it. Corso as well. That's Souhegan second. I believe that was MV's second or third. But again, so far, Souhegan's third. So right now, Conval with the pack time, but they still need their 4 and 5 runners. I see another Souhegan cresting the hill coming down at us now. So this could be a big race, especially when it comes to those 4 and 5 runners. Good grouping of Oyster River. I see 5 all within 50 meters of each other.
Come on, Ashlyn. Nice job. This group is yours, Ashlyn. Nice job. Nice job.
Again, leaving the woods, going back onto the field where it winds up a little bit.
Great job, sir.
They've got another hay bale coming up next. And we'll go to that shot now.
NewHampshireCrossCountry.com, powered by Runner's Alley. We're just past the mile mark. We're about 8:45 into it, and Sophia Reynolds has already opened up a gap on the pack. She's going to be the freshman story of this year for sure. For sure. She's just rolling, looking nice and comfortable. Second and third is a battle with Lauren Robinson from Milford and Ariel Zlotnick from Souhegan. They definitely they know each other very, very well, and they're already racing a lot this season. And they look great. They're going to try to eat that into that lead a bit.
Yep.
Then the Conval trio, Viverka Hurley and Avery Scully staying nice and tough. Right off them, Liza Corzo. This has to be Chloe Trudell from Souhegan and Phillips Exeter. So right now, it looks like Conval's in the lead a little bit here.
Yeah, you got that
Merrimack
trio
Valley's
right
number
in the
2,
top
Emma
10.
York. Phillips Exeter number 2, Hanover's number 1. And here comes Oyster River's Lily Duty. That's the Oyster River's first team, first runner. Campbell's first runner, Hanover's second runner, Phillips Exeter's third runner, Souhegan's third runner in Adriana Zlotnick. Campbell
come 2 and 3.
Hopkinton 1, 2. Phillips Exeter's in the lead, I would say right now. Milford's 2, 3. Exeter's 5. All right, we're going to see how they shape up down. And here comes Madison Hopler from Oyster River and Sophie Sullivan from Oyster River.
If I had to bet, it'd be a close one between Souhegan and Conval.
Yep. Oyster River's going to have to do some work here. Their pack has to move up. Souhegan's, is this their 4th? 4th, right?
Yep.
Souhegan's 4th.
This Campbell's 4th up here.
Conval's 4th come through yet, Pete?
Showing from Dover. I don't believe
I don't think so. Hanover's
I could've
3rd and
missed her.
4th. Hanover's third and fourth, I believe.
Souhegan
Hopkinton,
5.
Sauhegan 5, Conval's 4. Of course, here comes Sophia Reynolds hammering out of the woods. We'll see if she's gained some or not. She's just past the 2-mile mark. We have 13:09 right now. Power arming right up the hill.
And it looks like the gap has opened up a little bit.
Who's in second place, 18?
Lauren Robinson, and closely followed behind by Ariel Zotnik.
See, there's still a little under a mile to go. The Conval twosome trio have closed in on Sauhegan. Their top 3 is something else, huh? You got Hurley, Viverica, and they're just powering through. Avery Scully from Sauhegan, from Sanborn, is hanging tough, and that has to be Chloe Trudell from Sauhegan, the freshman state champion, the middle school state champion from last year. So right now, Conval has 3 in, and Conval has 3 in, Sauhegan has 2 in.
Yep.
And this is Phillips Exeter's first runner. They look like they were winning around past the mile mark, and that's Liza Corso from Portsmouth Christian. Phillips Exeter's number 2. They're starting to eat into that lead.
And Hanover's number 1.
That's Layla Trammell. Merrimack Valley's number 2. Here comes host school first runner, Lily Duty. And she's usually followed by a pack. They usually run in a pack really well.
Yep. And Campbell's first, and it looks like Exeter's
second. So right now I still say Conval is the lead, but let's see what Phillips Exeter comes out with. Sauhegan's third. This is Adriana Zlotnik just coming out of the woods. Hanover's number 2. Hopkinson's top 2. Milford's number 2. Phillips Exeter's third is in that pack. I see Phillips Exeter's 4th and 5th. It looks like they have grabbed the lead, Aiden. What do you think?
Yes, they look pretty strong. And here's Oyster Rivers, 2nd and 3rd.
That's Madison Hopler and Sophie Sullivan. Look for them to make a big move in the second half of this race. They look good and like they're moving up. Sauhegan's number 4. Sauhegan's number 5. So Sauhegan's number 4 and 5. They're right on the heels of Phillips Exeter. They might have enough up front to take this one.
Yep, and here comes Oyster Rivers, 4th, 5th, and 6th.
This is what we were talking about, the pack of Oyster River. All of a sudden they come through. You have Conval's number 4 coming in this pack. I think that's Sauhegan's number 6. Winnicott, Hanover sprinkled in there. Phillips Exeter's number 6.
And Campbell.
And Campbell, they're having a strong defending D3 champs. You can never count them out, can you?
No.
We got Kennett and Hopkinton coming through. Hopkinton, that has to be 4 or 5 from Hopkinton coming through.
Yep.
So they're looking at a top 5 finish. And I believe this is Conval's 5th runner coming through. So if that's their 5th runner, they're looking like they're going to score pretty big too, meaning one of the top 2 or 3 schools. Who would you say is between right now?
I think probably, I don't know, maybe Sauhegan and
Phillips Exeter and
Phillips
Conval.
Exeter
It's really just how it comes down to math, doesn't it?
We'll see what Conval's 5th does.
We're really looking forward to seeing these 2 meets, Bobcat Invitational, but we're also filming the National Invite. We'll see some big movement on the rankings. I'm sure a lot of head-to-heads. Everybody's looking phenomenal. Really early this season. It's only September 15th. We got almost 6 weeks to the state championship. So this is really everybody's first sort of step into their toe dip into the water to test the waters, if you will, of where they figure in as a team.
Yep.
Conval definitely has the strongest 3. My gosh, they're right next to each other. 5 away. Skylar from Conval. I'm not going to try to pronounce her last name until I hear the pronunciation, but she's doing phenomenal. All right, we'll catch you guys at the finish.
We can see our sole leader, Sophia Reynolds of Merrimack Valley. She is running strong. This is not her first time on this course. She raced here a couple weeks ago. Laid down a pretty decent time. She looks a little bit faster today coming through us at 14:10. And we can see she has made a considerable gap on number 2, Lauren Robinson of Milford, who is now broken away slightly, as we'll see them coming into view. So she looks like she's straining just a little bit more. And in third is Ariel Zlotnik of Sauhegan. And then we do have our pack of 3 Conval for 4, 5, and 6. Again, getting those low numbers. I believe that was Rachel Hurley, Skylar, as well as Claire Vaverka for Conval. So 3 Conval, 2 Sauhegan. See Corso from Portsmouth Christian, always a top one of the runners. So definitely starting to get spread out as we hit into the woods for the final time. The girls have this short little loop in the woods and then about 400 meters towards the finish.
Nice job, Lily. Stay with it. Stay with it.
So we're joined again by Pete, who's at the...
A little bit out of breath.
A little bit out of breath. He ran over from our hay bales. What'd you see? Anything fun over there?
I mean, a lot of good runners, lots of good competition. Much more stunts than the JV race, though. Had a little bit more fun with it, but it was always fun to watch.
Yeah, so it looks like a tight team battle from what I've seen. Kind of,
definitely.
We definitely saw 4, 5, and 6 from Conval as those low numbers.
Yeah.
And then Sauhegan's been sprinkling them in, a couple within the top 10, top 15. So I think it's really going to come down to those 4 and 5 today. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I think that it's going to be a close battle between Conval and Sauhegan. And then if Oyster River steps it up, they may be in the mix here. But that's just what we were seeing towards the beginning.
Pack of 3 Oyster River here. They are familiar with this course. This is their home course, of course, the Bobcat Invitational. And we will head over to when they're coming out of the woods. See you in a minute.
Okay, here we are as Merrimack Valley's first, coming out of the woods. She's opened up a tremendous lead on Sauhegan's first and Merrimack's second. Here we go, Milford. Milford in a strong second, followed closely by Conval. Conval 1 and 2 coming out of the woods. Here's Sauhegan's first. Here comes another Conval, Sauhegan. Looks like Sanborn's first coming out of the woods here.
And here we are, the 2018 Bobcat Invitational champion, Sophia Reynolds from Merrimack Valley. She's going to finish sub 19, 1847, 1848, 1849, 1852.
So just a little bit off of last year's time of Rebecca Durham. So pretty good run for that freshman.
What a Durham run last year.
Last year she ran at 1828.
Great freshman run, great freshman run.
So we expect that
what a
time to
gap,
come
what
down.
a gap. That blew up a little bit.
And we do see second place coming into frame now. That is Lauren Robinson of Milford.
Conval's making a big play here. Rachel Hurley coming in third. Robinson is in at 1919.
And then we have Zlotnick from Sauhegan.
And then we have Conval's number 2, Vaverka's number 3, Sauhegan's number 2 coming through. Great race by these.
So some low numbers for sure coming out from Conval and Sauhegan. We'll see what their later runners have. Again, that's what I've saw the whole time, is it just comes down to their 4 and 5 really.
This is Avery Scully from Sanborn.
Again, we see athletes giving it all they got to get across that line. Decent weather conditions today. It is a little bit humid, but the temperature has stayed down as we see a close battle. Uh-oh.
Now is Liza Corzo battling with PEA's first. And right now, Phillips Exeter, we thought kind of took over the lead in the middle of that race. Obviously, Conval and Sauhegan are stronger up front, but watch this. Phillips Exeter's number 2. Defending champion Campbell's number 1 is coming down the stretch, as well as Hanover's number 1 and Oyster River's number 1. But Phillips Exeter has their 2 and 3 right in that pack, Greg. What do you think?
Yeah, I think right now it's coming down to who can get all the runners in the closest to each other. Just because you had those low numbers in the top 10 doesn't put the other teams out of it. You have to maintain position, and every spot right now is counting, with Exeter's 3rd coming through.
Yes, 3rd coming through. This is Campbell, D3 defending champ. Their 2nd coming through. Hopkinton now is coming in. They usually have a pretty good pack. We'll see them coming in pretty quick here. They'll probably have a minute to 90-second pack time. And Merrimack Valley's number 2. Milford's number 2. Hanover's number 2. Phillips Exeter's number 4.
And Nesby Phillips Exeter's number 5. So they got
it's all going to come down to the math, but it's going to come down to the math and how many are separating Conval's 4,
especially because we see Sauhegan 4 and 5, I think, 4 coming through.
This might duel for them. It really depends on this final kick. Madison Hopler coming in. I think that's Swanson from Monadnock, Sullivan from Oyster River, and that's Adriana Zlotnick from Sauhegan. And Sauhegan's, this is 5 and 6 right here, isn't it?
Yeah, and again, Sauhegan won this last
It's going to be a tight score. It's going to be tight.
Definitely think it would be closer than last year's battle.
Yes.
Sauhegan didn't quite have as many up front, but they did get a good pack in right at the second. I do see another Conval coming low ways down the stretch.
That's their 4. I think it's going to be between. It's definitely between Phillips Exeter and Phillips Exeter and Sauhegan.
Right this way, Hanover.
Conval's number 4. Sauhegan's number 7. Oyster River's number 4 or 5. I lost count.
Right this way.
What have you seen from Winnicott today?
Not much from Winnicott today. I've been pretty focused on Sauhegan, Phillips Exeter, Conval, trying to do the math in my head. And then Oyster River I've been watching because their pack of 5 can come in very strong. I think they might be down 1 runner today out of their top 5 if I kept track well. Hanover was a bit surprising, but who's ever surprised when Hanover has a strong showing?
This way, girl. Nice run, Hannah. This way. This way. Stay in line.
Looking forward to the Winnicott versus Oyster River boys today.
Nice job.
This is Exeter, Phillips Exeter's number 6 or 7. And these girls are running really fast today. Really fast today. They're 22:58 right now. And under 23 minutes, a lot of people's top 7 are in, top teens. It's going to be pretty good.
Again, this is a relatively flat course. Of course, all of it is run on either gravel or grass.
Kingswoods. The trail loops, the footing on the one trail loop that brings them to the 2-mile mark, the footing's kind of soft, so it can definitely slow down. It's almost like having a hill in the middle of your trail loop back there. And the trails in the first loop, the first woods loop, that they do twice actually, the first and third, you get pretty going back there, as long as you're not in a crowd.
Remember last year, watching the boys come out of the woods in the second loop, we saw some mud on them. Jeffrey Allen, a notable one, who was leading part of that race, I think, and then.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. He's running today too. I think the boys' race is going to be amazing. I think it's going to be a much more competitive race where for the winning team and the winning individual.
It'd also be great to see if Merrimack Valley, the siblings, can both finish in first, with Sophia clinching first in the girls' race. See if Matt can get first for boys.
Yeah, David Reynolds.
Yes.
And Matt. Imagine if they go 1-2. That's going to be tremendous. We could do a dual. Are you thinking dual interview, Greg, for that one?
Oh, that'd be perfect.
That would be perfect. So we're right at 24-25 as they're coming across.
As we can watch this last little pack come through, and that has been the girls 2018 Bobcat Invitational.
Powered by Runner's Alley, and meetup sponsor today is Lank Orthodontics.